I am sure we all try to get as much information from Scotland's people as we can before having to part with credits. I'm going to share a method I have been using a lot recently, especially to help trace DNA matches. You may have noticed that mother's maiden name is now included in the birth record search. However, not all birth and death entries contain a mother's maiden name, and for some where birth is within the last 100 years, it is just not visible. It may be an error on Scotland's people's part that the information is still obtainable. Of course, if the person is deceased, you may well find the mother's maiden name on the death index, so do look there first. Let's say this person has no death record, they are still alive, or they died outside of Scotland. So step 1, isolate the record. If more than one result shows in your person search, that could mean adding the year or location or both of these until you only have one listing showing. Step 2, check if a maiden name exists. If it's not in the database, you're not going to find it. The easiest way to do this is to find out if a mother's maiden name contains a vowel. If it does, your listing will still show in the results. If not, you'll see the message, "Sorry, there are no results for your search." Use wildcards to select and test each vowel until your listing shows. If it never shows, that's the end of your search. There is no maiden name listed for this person. Step 3, find the name. Switch search option to names that begin with. Now you have to work through the alphabet to find each letter in turn. You may want to test a known family name from the start, or once you have a few letters, you can have a guess at the full name. Remember to final check as per the coming step 4. Start with the letter A, unless your first vowel test ruled that out. If your listing shows A is your first letter, keep it and add B and repeat your search. If you did not get a result, remove the last letter added and move to the next letter in the alphabet. Eventually you will form a name. Step 4, the final check. Just when you think you're done, always check the name by switching search option to exact names only. I did once come up with the name Johnston, but this step returned no results, so that name was incorrect. Adding the letter E and testing again returned a correct result of Johnstone. Now that I have a mother's maiden name for my person of interest, it can help confirm that this is the child of a couple on my tree, or it can enable me to search marriages to find out who their parents are. This can work very well if you have an unusual surname in your family. However, with more common names and before relying on this method, you might have to do a bit more work or part with credits for confirmation. I have used this method with a lot of success. If it is indeed an oversight by Scotland's people for mother's maiden name to be found, it may not be available for long. I hope you find this method useful. Please like and subscribe to the Kindred Scot channel for more hints and tips on researching your family history.